Topic Soch ki ttalk train of thought with a series of an episode with Brigadier Dr. Mrinal Nag. So welcome to this episode.
Thank you, sir.
In fact, 27 years in Indian Army, being part of a corporate with the international expertise and the education, and very interesting insights from Dr. Mrinal Nag in terms of a business lesson for military, then also a business lesson from military logistic, and also from commodores, and into this is the episode we are talking in terms of an education. Sir, now when we talk in terms of education, like how one can stay relevant in the digitally globalized landscape, like?
Sir, as you know, the entire world is digital now, and fortunately, even India is being digitized in a big way. Our classrooms now, the children who are we have in our school IB curriculum, and the children from first standard, second standard, they're all on their laptop, on their tablets. So everything is digital now. The technology has changed, the pedagogy has changed, and everything is digital. So they're being trained. And the elderly generation who are new to the computer, they're learning very fast that their time has changed. Now everything will be digital. In fact, for last few years and during our COVID, more people have become digital, including the senior citizens who were sitting at home but compelled to learn to be digital because everything was closed and everything had to be on smartphone, everything had to be on computer. Even to get a loaf of bread, you had to talk to Swiggy or you have to talk to Zomato. So things have changed. Today, Ola, Uber, everything is available to you. So people have realized that we have to be digital to remain relevant in this digital world. So there is a wave which is coming in, and like everything has got a bad side and good side, pandemic has taught us and the entire world probably the importance of digitization.
I think the entire world was shaken with COVID-19 scenario,
yes.
But under those challenges, everyone have evolved, even the teachers, the faculty members.
Yes, everywhere.
And who are not part of technology have become part of technology now.
Absolutely.
So when we look at the corporate now in today's scenario, they're buying less of training or quality, but performance and the implementation. You perform or you perish. Like, what do you say about that?
Actually, this is slightly unfortunate that when economy doesn't do well, when you want to cut cost beyond certain percentage, your training and development, which is a part of important aspect of HR activity, HRM, human resource management, goes down. That gets affected. But we don't realize that if we don't train our people, if leaders do not produce more leaders, then how will you run the organization? Performance is fine. So how often can you change the people? How often can you get new recruits and ask them to perform, because they may not be able to perform properly? In some countries like Japan, as we were told during our MBA days, even today, that a technician becomes a director. So he stays 40-45 years and he's trained and developed. So the organization benefits, the individual benefits, the loyalty, the sincerity, and the commitment. So that is very, very important. So if an organization looks at training and developing their own talent, firstly they should select proper people and looking after knowing their talent, and then train and develop them. Probably their performance will be much, much better rather than trying new people, new recruit, and asking them to either perform or perish.
Okay, so when we talk in terms of base school, the activities are more focused on the clinical aspects of management, but not on a speculative one. So what do you say about that?
Sir, I think I agree with the management institutes, because being clinical it gives you result. It sort of makes you attain the target. You train the people properly. They're industry focused and they have to meet the target and they're trained for it. Being speculative will sort of leave it to some chances where organizations do not today either have time or money. So I think as far as B schools are concerned, being clinical as of now, I think it is more advisable.
Okay, and so also when we talk in terms of an academic research, like it should deal with a real research problem. And what we have seen, like as far as the research in India, if you compare with the international level, there's a huge difference. Like there, it's more on the application-related concept, more like. So how we can improve the academic research, like?
Excellent question, sir. Thank you very much. In fact, this is very, very important, and all Canadians, if some of them are listening to us, I'm sure will be interested in this topic. Abroad, suppose they're talking about two companies, Patanjali and Unilever. Unilever's market has flashed 30%. So they will tell the student to do research as to how Unilever can get back their 30% of market which they have lost to Patanjali in next, say, 2 years. That's the research. That's what is required in the corporate sector. That's what this new manager or a DGM or a GM is supposed to do. This is the practical learning. In our Indian universities, we don't do that. So the research element is less. If we don't do research, we do not know the future. Research is always futuristic, and that's how gives an edge about the knowledge over others who do not do research. It's high time we introduce research in a big way in Indian education system.
In fact, also one more challenge which is there, like there is a great difference between the corporate and the academia. Like how to bridge in that gap, like.
Sir, in my college, we have industry academy meet once a year, sometimes twice a year. We have HR meet, we have marketing meet, we have meet of operations managers, operations stalwarts who are dealing with operations management to give practical training to our students. These students, industry experts come and share the latest industry practices with the management students. It is very, very important. Also important that management students, and I'm sure engineering students and everybody should do internship in their respective field with the industry to get practical knowledge. People do not get jobs because they have no practical knowledge. If an MBA student hasn't seen any industry, he hasn't seen the working on the shop floor, he hasn't seen how the corporate world functions, he neither doesn't know the corporate culture, he won't even know how an industry functions. So how will he learn supply chain management? How will he learn what is manufacturing? How will he know how laborers behave in a factory with their bosses, with their seniors? How seniors should behave with their laborers and the followers in a factory? These are very, very important, because tomorrow if an untrained fellow MBA goes as a manager in a manufacturing unit, who he doesn't even know how the laborers behave, how to talk to laborers, how to talk to the union, labor unions, he'll be a failure. And this training is given by practical training, which is very, very important. And that's why industry exposure is a must.
And so when we're talking about the academic research, like, do you think, and even the corporates, like, faculty should go to corporate for an internship, like how students are going? Faculty should go to corporate for at least 1 month to get a hand-on experience, so they can come back and share their experience with the students?
Sir, I feel as far as management institutes are concerned where I am working, management teachers, faculty members of the management institute must have some industry experience and teaching experience. Only then he can teach management students. At the same time, the expertise and experience that we had, say 15 years back, 10 years back, today are totally different. So today, to know what is happening today in shop floor, what is happening in the industry, we must have interaction with the industry, either by going there once in a year, once in 6 months, or interacting with the industry experts, or calling the industry experts, and having some kind of affiliation with the industry to know what's happening. Also read the latest journals. Books are normally old. Journals are latest. So we must read the international journals as to what's happening in their respective field, and also keep connection with the industry and learn the latest in their field. If I'm in marketing, I must know marketing and e-commerce, digital marketing, because everything is digital now. It's no use my marketing knowledge which was there 15 years, 20 years back. So in every field, we need to relate to the industry, and we must have industrial experience to teach our students, which is important.
Great. And also to gain a global perspective, like what role the B school should play like.
So B schools in India must understand that global B schools, very important B schools, they have their syllabus, they have their curriculum, and their way of teaching, their pedagogy. All this must be known to us. We must know how they are training their people. We are also advanced, we are also good. Our IIMs are doing a great job, and some of other institutes are getting a great job. But we have a huge clientele. India is a country of 140 crore almost, and we have a huge number of students who are doing management courses. All of them cannot go abroad. So we have to bring the best of the education system, what they are following abroad, to India to teach these children, so that we can produce more Satya Nadella, more Sundar Pichai.
Good, great. It's an excellent insight from Brigadier Dr. Mrinal Nag on exclusively on ttalk Soch ki. And in fact, 27 years of his military experience, then into the corporate world for 6 years, worked with a multinational organization, also part of an international education. It's a great insights what we got on education. Do catch up with Dr. Mrinal Nag on our next episode of ttalk Soch ki. Go to www.ttalk.net, subscribe and like the channel as much as you can. So thanks a lot for your valuable insight. Thank you very much. God bless.